Thanks for being here today. Would like to start off wishing Olin a little more success than the Redskins have had in Detroit the last couple of years. I don't have a winning record against a lot of teams, but I'm 2-0 against the Redskins. So
don't feel too proud of that, because most everybody else is too.
to try to break that string a little bit, I'd like to present you with the Lions jersey. You know, I've lived all around the country. I grew up in Baltimore, and I've lived everywhere from North Carolina to Nashville to Cleveland. No matter where I've gone, even before I lived here in Detroit, Detroit has always had the reputation as a great sports town. There are very few cities in the country that can support 4 major sports, but also can devote time to about every other sport that comes up. Golf and tennis. You know, we played in a bocce tournament last week with the Lions, well supported by sports fans in Detroit. My first year in Detroit, we hosted the Final Four in basketball. We also hosted the Frozen Four a year later. We've hosted NFL Super Bowls. We've hosted All-Star games in baseball, NBA championships and things like that. And this Senior Open just extends that legacy. It's not just Detroit, it's well known.
Alrighty, you know, I just am honored to really have the opportunity to come out here today and talk to you guys a little bit about this event. It's a great event, and you know, Sean and I are both really happy to be here. Get a chance to play this great old course. I've heard a bunch about it. Been here for 3 years now. I really want to get out and try it, and I'm just really lucky to have the opportunity today. And you know, just want to talk a little bit about, you know, just how great of a sports town we you know, have the opportunity to play in. And you know, this is an event that adds to its lore, and I know that everybody gets excited about. You know, we have the best fans you know, in the country, and we're excited to be here. You know, it's just a great event. Anything we can do to help you know, support sports in Southeast Michigan, or really anything, we're gonna, you know, get out there and try and do it, because we know that the people of Detroit have our back too when we go out there and play on Sundays. So just appreciate the opportunity. You know, we're really excited to get out there, get the course, you know, a little bit of a run for its money, see what we can do, have some fun out there, and you know, just want to say thanks for having me out, and we're excited about it.
On here, myself, Kirk Mulkey, and Joey Coates are going to play together along with our goalie coach Jim Bedard. So we got a fun foursome. Kind of looking at that 18 green there. That's going to be challenging, but it's so great to hear these guys talk about the venue and in such a positive light. Looking forward to an event here, and you know, anytime we get an opportunity to go throughout the community and help out, we want to do it. And certainly when you get a chance to golf, you jump at it. So it wasn't too hard once the invite came to take advantage of this, and especially with the guys that we're going to play with. So you saw, you know, Stafford up there talking about, he's obviously very excited about Hill as well, and it's great, you know, and Coach Swartz is here, so it has a good flavor with the Lions and Red Wings representing, you know, the city today.
You touched on it a minute, but I gotta imagine that's a pretty easy call to kind of confirm and say yes right away when they call you for this.
It was, and you know, once we got the call, I you know, right away just kind of see if Maltz could play, and then it just worked out perfect. I know Joey's he's actually a really good golfer, so we and just for the three of us to be able to play together, we have a lot of fun. We don't see each other nearly as much as you like to anymore, but when an event like this comes, it seems that we always seem to make time for one another, and so we're gonna have some fun out there. Looking forward to it, and you know, like I said, anytime the three of us get together, it's a lot of good memories, and we get to go out there and play on you know, this beautiful golf course, and it looks like it's in fabulous shape, and can't wait to go out and test it.
Thanks so much. I appreciate
No problem.
Chris?
Well, it was an interesting situation for me last year, as being wire to wire.
everybody asked me if it was a lot of fun, and I said the first 3 days were a blast. Sunday was awful. I mean, I slept well, but I woke up really early, had a late tea time. You know, what do you do to kill 8 hours while you're getting ready to play? Actually, getting to the driving range and actually making a few swings, the tension broke and it left my body, and I was able to, you're anticipating, you got the anxiety, and get things started, get things going that day.
When you're in the lead, do you care who's chasing you? Does it matter? Is that extra pressure, or is it not a thing?
Well, it depends on what that person's doing. Mark and I had separated ourselves from the guys who were, I think I had a 2-shot lead on Mark starting the day and 6-shot lead on third. So unless he and I went backwards, it was really going to be a two-man Sunday. And so my focal point was to execute each shot as it came to me. And I knew Mark was going to make a run. He's a great player. He's won 2 major championships on the tour, and he won the senior players at Avenel. And so it's no slouch. And so my main concern was to stay at least in front, at least tied with him, if not in front of him. So I think he made a run early, and we were tied after 8 holes. And the deal with Inverness is that the course was really the challenge last year. It wasn't who was playing it. It was that there's that stretch from 11 through 17, which is a horror show, and everybody was going to have to deal with that. Nobody was going to get to avoid that. And so, whether the wind's blowing 20 miles an hour while you're playing those holes, or whether it's dead calm, we still had to face that challenge. And my goal was, if I was at least near the lead, or tied for the lead, or in the lead, coming down the stretch in the back 9, I knew that everybody, like I said, was going to have to deal with that. And so my focal point was just getting to that point and then seeing where it went.
It's often said that you learn how to deal with those moments of tension by having previous failures over the course of a career. You learn how to take that next step. Did that happen for you?
Well, everybody's had some failures. I don't think you learn from failures. You learn you don't want them to happen again.
Sure.
We've all had those situations. I mean, I led the Open at Pinehurst in '05 and had a horrible Sunday, played with Michael Campbell and watched him walk away with the trophy. Now, what I learned from that is I didn't want to be in that situation again. And the failures are part of, they're stations of the cross in sport. The people, I think, who have early success have less of a foundation. I don't think anybody gets a free pass. Have less of a foundation to build. So when it gets top heavy, the building falls over, and you got to rebuild that. So you may see people with early success, but their foundation then was earlier. And Tiger Woods is a great example. He won 6 consecutive USGA amateur events, leading up to his turning pro at the GMO in '96. So it wasn't like he just showed up and played great. You got to build your foundation somewhere so that you can carry that forward. And success breeds success, and failure breeds a serious distaste for it.
So what does Olin Brown at 50 plus know that Olin Brown at 30 didn't know?
Well, I think you learn to have more faith in what you're doing. There's a difference between theory and reality. And theory is what you dream about and work towards, and reality is when you're executing that. So you get on the golf course, and driving to the golf course in the morning, you go, all right, my first tee shot is going to be X. Well, when you get to the first tee shot, the wind is different than you thought, or you felt differently warming up on the range or whatever, and so your tee shot now becomes Y. And so it's the application of X plus Y. It's a perfect mathematical equation so that you can get a result. And I think that holds true. And if you shrink everything down, instead of the bigger picture, if you learn to see things in smaller chunks, it helps. So, if you're considering, my interviews all last year at this event. I walk in after shooting 64 the first day, and everybody wants to know what it's like to win the U.S. Senior Open. I don't know. I shot 64 the first day. You know what I'm saying? And so you've got to learn to separate that stuff. And those are the things that you learn from experience when you get those kinds of questions. And the immediate reaction shouldn't be, well, it's this, that, and the other thing. What the immediate reaction is I'll let you know on Sunday if I actually win this thing. Right now, I've got a head start on everybody else.
So do you have a trigger or a go-to something that hits you? Every amateur listening to our show, in one way or another, deals with nervousness, the club championship, skins with buddies, whatever. Yeah, sure. How do you get past it?
Well, everybody has to deal with it. And what you have to realize is that as good as everybody is, say Tiger Woods or Jack Nicklaus, their batting average is what it is. If you're a 300 hitter 15 years in the major leagues, you're a guaranteed Hall of Famer, right? Well, 300 means by definition the 700 not. You know what I mean?